So, this channeling today is about owl spirit medicine. And it's about the medicine that lies within wisdom. It's prophetic wisdom. And I really don't know why prophecies are coming along with owl spirit medicine, but it seems like owl spirit is offering you some kind of medicine that lies within wisdom. It's coming with the number 22, so maybe someone is 22 years old and they feel like I've seen a lot, I've gone through a lot. I don't know much about master numbers. I just can recognize that 22 is a master number. But there's a sequence, because in the channeling itself, there's the energy of 23 also coming. So there's a sequence. There's a sequential energy that is bringing forward something of the future. So maybe you've been intuiting something, not knowing exactly how to interpret it. And I feel that I'm tuning in to someone's energy who is very much an interpreter. You know, maybe your friends or your family members rely on you you're very reliable when it comes to your interpretations of situations. Yes. And whenever they are dealing with a situation that demands some kind of thoughtful exploration, you offer your interpretation in such a graceful manner. It doesn't overwhelm the recipient, is what I'm about to say. And you see things that are not immediately visible to others. And I feel like someone maybe young at age who is witnessing someone old at age going through some kind of situation. And it's like the roles are flipping out, which is very interesting. And it's important to know that it is not uncommon for someone of a young age to help out someone of an older age. The young ones have lots to offer. And it happens to be that you can tap easily into the subconscious of people. It's like you can see through people. And you do that with excitement. And I'm not quite sure, but I am seeing someone who's sitting with his mother. Maybe it could be a significant other, but someone who you meet frequently. and you've said something years ago about something that is about to happen. It's like you foretold some kind of situation years ago. Back then you didn't know how you came into that knowledge, but now you know that you knew it. And there's sadness that is coming along with it. Maybe it was through a winter. We're about to get into winter here in Palestine, but maybe it was last winter or some winter years ago. At some winter years ago that you channeled some kind of knowing to someone who's of importance and significance to you, and they listened with care. So you're surrounded by people who are who trust you. They trust your intuition, they trust your knowledge, your wisdom, your knowing, your inner knowing. And I'm hearing it's time to share it. You know? Maybe you try to gain greater control over your inner knowing, like taming it. But the guidance here is otherwise. It's like you learned the lesson. Maybe I got reminded of Taurus and Scorpio equivalents, sister signs. It's like you learned how to master the earth element of your being by gaining control, by keeping control. And now it's not about it's not about losing that control over yourself and over your being. It's about gaining insight from a mindset that is open. There's a channel that has opened up for you recently, and I'm hearing you know it. The year 79 is coming through. Yeah, it's like interesting. It's like you've heard the news of someone leaving our worldly existence several times now, and each time you grieved that loss before it even happened or took place. And that person that you heard the news of losing, of their departure, of their death, served you in such a spectacular way. And it's a very unique energy. Like you give yourself the room and the space. You make room for your grief, which means that you let yourself feel the possibility, the probability of losing someone that you love or people that you love even before their actual departure. And I'm not tuning into someone who is in a constant state of waiting and anticipating something the worst to happen. It's not that It's not that mindset at all. It's someone who grieves because it grieves for a certain reason, or for a certain person, over a certain person, because they recognize the soul connection that they have with that person, or with those people. And it's one-on-one interaction. Someone could be very charitable, Someone could be very, very charitable. Yeah. Yeah, there's energy of the sequences. Like 22, 23, 75, 78, 79. So maybe you're doing things a little by little, a step by step. Maybe because you came into the understanding or the realization that you don't need much to do much. And it's actually a message that I've picked up on years ago. It's a huge realization that you don't need much to do much or to gain much. So a lot of insights are coming your way. Lots of inspirations. Someone has been praying for clarity. And I'm not quite sure in what regard, but someone has been delving deeper beneath the surface, praying for clarity. Yeah, praying for clarity. Maybe the color orange and pink means something to someone. Someone is a walk meditator. And someone is very conscientious of the lives of creatures, beings around him or her. Yeah, and the herbs are coming through again. Maybe you were laughed at when you were a kid, because you wanted to share your gifts, your insights, your revelations, and nobody truly listened. But if you delve deeper enough, you recognize there's one person who accompanied you since your birth. It could be someone in spirit now, or a spirit, a being, or an actual person who listened, or at least recognized the truth that lies beneath your sayings and your revelations. And they were very supportive since then. They are supportive since then. someone is a wanderer, you know? Someone is a complete wanderer. Who or what makes me feel nourished? What fills my proverbial cup? Are you connected to your community? Are you longing for some kind of connection with your community? Traveling? Someone really likes eating bread, and they feel the blessing of eating bread. Well, I personally find it really magical to eat bread. Here we eat lots and lots of bread, and people have their own preferences, you know, what kind of bread, the properties, for what purposes, but eating bread has been magical for me, and I think someone is experiencing too, or maybe this is the guidance. And yeah, someone is very charitable. But you are being supportive not because you're expecting something. So maybe you're expecting someone, but like you're not expecting something in return from people. This is huge, and this is magnificently beautiful. You're doing it because you know it will come back around in a more beautiful form, even sometime, somewhere. So there's a feeling of trust in the universe, trust in spirit. The number 9 could be significant for someone. The number 9. Maybe you're thinking about working in the education sector as an educator in some way, shape, or form. But it's a very specific kind of you could be doing it as a job, but it feels like this is the call, and you've recognized this calling very much recently. How to engage in something that you have interest in without being directly recognized in a position, you know? It's like no longer caring about the position itself. So there's a very beautiful mixture here, engagement between being and doing, and I know lots of people, you know, heard about it. But this is the true thing that I'm picking up on. No longer anticipating someone to make notice of you, because you know that whatever creative product that you're offering the world will reach its recipient at the right amount of time, you know. Maybe, you know, when we project stuff onto the universe, creative stuff, the universe takes that projection and allow it to be received by the right people or the right person. So maybe your interests are very niche, and you came into the realization that they are such, and so you no longer mind, being it received by a small amount of people. Because it's not made for every and each one of us. Maybe that's why you're longing for community, because you feel like maybe you felt at some level that it's happening now, maybe it's a current situation, misunderstood. Not exactly misunderstood. Maybe you got questioned a lot about your motivations. But know really deep down that your circle of people, and you do have a circle of people, of beings, including human or inhuman, human or otherwise, not inhuman as inhumane. I should make that very clear. It's just beings who are just beings who are very supportive of you. They hold your truth. They look up to you. And they receive your guidance clearly. You talk to their consciousness. Yeah. Yeah. All right, so this feels amazing. This feels truly amazing. That's what the owl spirit brought forward. So maybe you're working really with owl spirit, or at least this is the guidance. Owls have been coming a lot in lots of readings recently, and maybe I'll do another reading talking about it specifically. But I wish you the best of luck in that. It's such a journey. I feel my hands here are very warm, so I thank you for that sensation, people of grace. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you sometime soon, my friends.